What's up, guys? It's another episode of Liv and Ken. She's Liv, I'm Ken. And first of all, before we get to this story time that you guys asked about, that you guys like, the last questionnaire you guys asked like 6-7 times, we're gonna get to this story. First of all, I want to address the fact why there's not a Christmas tree behind us, but in the next video there is gonna be a Christmas tree behind us. It's because we were gonna do something different for story time, but we had a little bit of technical difficulties, so we're gonna do this instead. But just don't be alarmed by that. Everything's fine. We're not in 2 different time zones or anything. Like, everything's fine. Don't worry about it, okay? So we're going to talk to you about a story about how we met, and we're going to give you the true, raw truth. Right?
Right.
Okay, now the story time. How we met. So as you know, every story has 2 sides, okay? There's my side and then there's her side. I'm gonna talk to you about how, we met up. So like there was a little bit of prologue to it, but that's okay, I'm gonna tell you. So the day starts like this. I'm getting a fresh lineup from, familiar faces. Shout out to Face, he cuts my hair. But yeah, I'm getting a fresh lineup. This is like back when I used to like work at Grottos. But like, I come home and I hit Olivia up on Snapchat, and the reason why is because I'm pretty sure she did have an iPhone.
At the time, I did have an iPhone.
She did have an iPhone at the time. But anyway, I hit her up on Snapchat. I FaceTimed her on Snapchat actually. Like, I was really bold with my shit. I wanted her to see my fresh lineup. My lineup isn't fresh right now, but look, it was fresh. Just know that. So, I hit her up. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Me being, cool as shit. She pays me no mind. She's on the FaceTime thing, drinking a beer and watching TV. And I'm sitting here like press this all up in the camera screen to talk to her and shit like that.
You called me out of the random though, like just out the blue. Just like my Instagram my Snapchat thing just started going on. I'm like, this nigga really calling me?
Hey, but you know what? She picked up, so that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I was in there because she picked up.
I didn't want to feel bad. I was like, he knows that I'm on my phone, so if I don't pick up, he knows I'm ignoring him.
Why you gotta downplay excellence? She was waiting for my call, nigga. She was waiting for my call, bruh.
Who calls over Snapchat?
But anyway, so I'm like, I see that you're busy. So I end the FaceTime call and I hit her on Snapchat, a little chat thing. You swipe right, swipe left, swipe. You swipe, and I was like,
right.
You swipe. That's
the
left.
Person's name, you swipe to the right.
Anyway, you swipe right to the person's name, quoted by Olivia. And I was like, I know you're busy right now, so if you want to hang out and we could catch up, let me know.
We knew each other in high school, by the way.
Yeah, like we
this wasn't this like we went to the same high school, so this isn't like out of the blue first time ever seeing this person in my life.
Yeah, like I knew her when she was a little freshman. Like she was hot as shit. Like she was bad. I was like, cute, but she never paid me no mind. She always liked the football players. Anyway, back to the story though. Literally like 30 seconds later, she hits me back, wham, in my freaking Snapchat DMs. Well, what's your addy? I was like, what's the addy? I was like, yo, she's serious, dog. She's serious. So, I hit her back. I hit her with the bop, bop, bop. Not gonna tell you my address. But anyway, she's like, okay, I'll be there soon, like 5 minutes. So, I'm like,
it was the next day.
Was it the next day?
Yeah, this all happened at like 9 o'clock in the evening. And you were like, we can meet up. And I was like, how about tomorrow? And you were like, okay. And then I was like, what's your address?
Nah, yo, because I sent you my address and you're like, okay, I'll be on my way soon.
Okay, but you sent me your address like while I was on my way. Like, you Snapchat called me at like 8 in the evening. And I was just chilling watching TV with my Heineken.
Why you gotta make your Heineken sound like a person? Anyway, so the next day comes and Olivia comes over, and so I'm standing outside on my driveway. I'm looking dumb fresh, and what dumb fresh is where like you're not really trying to look fresh. You know, you just chilling around the house, but you still kind of fresh. You know, you got that fresh lineup, that crisp lineup. So anyway, she comes around because I have like a circular development. So if you picture like a development like this, right? My house is like right here. She comes through this bitch speeding like skirt, like tires screeching, freaking smoking everything, and she's gunning straight for me, dog. Like she about to hit my kneecaps or something like that. But she stops at the last second, and she comes out the thing smiling. She comes out like cheesing, like.
What's wrong with me smiling?
She was happy to see me. She was happy to see me.
I was just happy in general.
Why were you happy then?
Because I look nice. I had my own car at the time. It
was
was summertime.
happy to see me. Yeah.
Alright, first of all, before I even like pulled up to his house, I'm watching a Snapchat story, right? And what did you have? It was like
I didn't have
like,
anything.
It was one of those like things, the pressurized air that you like clean your keyboard with. You know, you get a little dirt out of your keyboard and everything like that. So he's sitting there and he decides it's a bright idea to spray himself with
Alright, check this out.
the pressurized air.
Look, another lesson with learning with Kenny. Look, alright, so let me tell you this straight up. So if you have one of those like squirters that you like squirt air to like, you know, dust your keyboard, if you hold it upside down, it actually like freezes stuff. So like you can use it to like cool your drink, or you can use it to like
freeze your arm.
Freeze your arm. And I just want to try it out, and that bitch burned. But I mean, that's whatever. It was
granted that this was like the first time that I had ever like seen him in like how many years? Probably like 2.
Yeah, it was like 2 at the time.
And I'm just like,
I put my cards out on the table, dog.
I was watching your Snapchat story. I'm just like, is he okay in the head?
Oh, that's funny. That's real funny.
You're sitting there spraying yourself with pressurized air.
There's
like,
nothing wrong with spraying yourself with pressure. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and argue why I did that, my science experiment. Okay. I'm just like, okay, like I'm getting good vibes from her. I'm talking to her, you know.
I look nice as shit, too.
Yeah, she was looking good. I'm not going to lie.
I got my glow up at the end of
You want to tell a
high
story?
school.
Go ahead, tell a story.
Well, I mean, you just kind of like, you told me that I was going to have my time, and then you like cut me off when I was
Oh, go ahead.
about
Because you want to talk
shit.
about me freezing myself.
That was like a key part in like this
How is
decision
that
making.
key?
Because I had to decide.
Okay.
That was the point where I had to decide. I was like, am I going to take a chance and go see this guy, or am I just like, is he just too weird?
All right, man. Look. I hit her up on Snapchat, FaceTime, right? She picked up, right? I texted her back saying you're busy. We should talk sometime. She hit me back. All right. I gave
That
her the.
doesn't mean that I'm gonna go see you.
No. I gave her the addy. She came, bruh. 3 things, bruh. She was feeling me, dog. You can't say anything. You were feeling me. Anyway, continue though. Continue. I'm not gonna say anything.
Anyways, so, you know, I'm kind of feeling myself. I had like my glow up at the end of high school, and so, you know, I was like in my prime. I was looking good. I pulled up. I had my hair was a lot longer. I cut it. My hair was all nice and.
Don't look at me. Look at the camera. Look at America. They wanna know.
My hair was all nice and and I had my face on. You know, you always gotta put your face on when you go see people that you haven't seen in a while.
I put my face on Halloween. All right. Go ahead. Continue.
And contrary to what he's saying, I did not speed race her up to his house and almost break his kneecaps. I was going like an average speed.
Of like 40 in like a residential area, so like.
He just believes that I drive fast on a natural.
You do,
everyday
don't
basis.
you?
Not all the time. When I go in people's neighborhoods, I really don't drive that fast.
I'm gonna stop you when you say some wrong shit though. I ain't gonna go out like that.
You think everything I say is wrong?
Nah,
Because
continue,
literally
baby.
every sentence that I've said, you've had something to say almost.
Continue, baby. Continue.
So I hop out of the car and I'm happy. I'm feeling good. You know, I got a new possible interest, I guess.
So, you know, I'm a gentleman, so I give her the tour of the house, you know. I started out in the basement and we ended up in my room. I didn't mean to do it on purpose. It's just what I do. It's just where I usually chill in my room. That's where I just go last, you know what I'm saying? Gotta work your way from the ground up. That's how you make a good foundation. But anyway, speaking of foundation, so I walk in my room like this is my room. You know, my bed was made up and all that stuff. I have a desk with a chair in the corner, but she sat on my bed. So I was like, oh, okay.
Your desk and chair is like all the way in the opposite side of the corner.
But I mean, it was closer to the TV.
Okay, but when people introduce you to their room, they don't expect you to go sit in the chair in the corner.
Why not? It's a chair. Anyway, so.
I don't make a big deal of it.
So that's sign number one that, you know, she's feeling me. If you don't want to count Snapchat, but that's sign number one that she's feeling me. So anyway, you know, I sit on the bed too. We're talking. I was like, hey, you want to watch TV? And she's like, yeah. So we watched, what, Game of Thrones or Adventure Time?
Adventure Time.
We watched Adventure Time for about 2 episodes. Then she's like, okay. So we sit back and we start, you know, talking and listening to music. And then, like, I shit you not, like, I was just, she was saying some really intellectual shit. And I liked it. Like, that shit, like, low-key, like, got my dick hard. Anyway, so, oh, by the way, if you're below the ages of 16, turn this shit off right now. Anyway, so I'm like, I was waiting for her to make the first move because I don't want to be too aggressive. Like, Kenny's never aggressive unless I'm like, you know, playing 2K or some shit like that. But I'm like, yo, I gotta make the first move because she's not. So I was like, you know, have you ever had the feeling that you just want to, like, you know, kiss somebody, but like, you know, you just don't know what to do? I shit you not, this girl turned around and was like, oh my god, I feel the same way. Like, she was geeking. No, you were geeking.
Shit.
Say you weren't geeking.
No,
look at the camera and say you weren't geeking.
I wasn't geeking.
She is lying. She was, bruh. She had that giggle, dog. That giggle, like when a girl.
You fail to understand that this is not the first time that I've done this.
This is the first time you've done this with me.
Yes, I always
but she giggled, my nigga.
I am always giggly. I always smile. You act like this is something brand new. Unless I'm mad as shit at you, then I'm like giggly. I'm always giggly.
But this is the prologue to our
I get giggly when I get nervous.
All right. Do you want to tell the rest of the story?
On blast like that, just make me look like some like crazed.
She's not
fangirl.
crazy. She's not a fangirl. I mean, yeah, she's not a fangirl, but I like, you know, she giggled. Like, she giggled hard as fuck. Like, you couldn't say it was a
girls.
sneeze.
There are a lot of girls who get giggly
you can't
when they
just
get
throw
nervous.
girls under the bus, nigga.
I'm not. It's not a. It's a thing. Like, girls, like, they get giggly when they. Not all girls, but some girls, they get giggly when they get nervous. And
yo, if you're a female and you're watching this, yo, like, comment if you giggle around boys in the description. Help her out. Anyway, so, you know, we're kissing and shit. You know, I'm putting the moves on her. Like, not the mood, but just the moves, you know what I'm saying? And, like, we end up having sex, but, like, I had a request. Because, you know, I just want to see how much she was feeling me. And you know what? I never had sex to music before I had sex with her. And she's like I'm not going to tell you how many bodies I had, but she, you know, she was up there. Anyhow.
Jeez.
What? She was up there. You're up there. Exactly. Anyway. Anyway, so I asked her, I'm like, hey, do you mind if we have sex to the song Sex With Me by Rihanna? Because, you know, Anti was hot. So I
actually did not. Never mind. That's a different story. Go ahead.
So having sex to like a hot song on a hot summer day with a hot girl, that's a triple hot, nigga. That's fire right there. So she, you know, she couldn't decline. She was like, yeah, like, why not? So she put that joint on her iPhone.
I didn't really care.
And we got to it. And then, like, after that, it's just history. And then, like, a week later, we started playing Pokemon Go. But, like, that's pretty much how we met.
Yeah, that's pretty much how the first day of everything started.
Yeah. But she was a dick in high school, because I used to say hi to her and no replies.
Look, man, I was in my own world. I was in my own world when I was in high school. I really didn't pay attention to anybody outside my circle, because when people outside my circle started to talk to me, I usually ended up either getting bullied or played. So I kind of just stayed inside my circle and I stayed in my lane.
So I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe on this. If you guys want us to do more, more story times. Just comment in the description. Please subscribe.
Stop acting that.
I'm not acting. Subscribe. Please subscribe. You gotta ask people to subscribe.
Subscribe if you think we're cool or funny or whatever. You want to see more.